Good evening. Good evening, good evening, and welcome to another live all about Black Friday. We are back and we're excited. I'm excited. It's been a crazy day, but a good day. So, welcome. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to do today. So, there's a couple things that were going on today. So, there were some new free gifts. Hello, everyone. Hello. There was a second Gingerbread House in our collection. This one today is called Candy Cane Drive. So I made it on, a little bit before the end of the day here to be able to do this. So, but I'm excited because yesterday we did our Peppermint Lane, which was this gingerbread house. So today, hi everyone, Sharon, Beverly, Penny, Donna, Michelle, Shannon. Great to see all of you as well. So we now have this one that has kind of candy canes on the roof. I think it's really fun. So we're gonna make a second one of these today, for sure. But also something that's I think is really exciting. And we are, this is every day, the candy coated paper pad, which I'm really excited about that. But there's another free gift today. The stencil and die set. Okay. So mine, this is actually a sample. Prototype, really. I've had this a while. But I know, aren't they, Shannon? So mine are a little, they're cut a little different than yours. Yours are like 6x6. The free gifts. But so there's 3 different pieces, right, that create kind of a little spray or sprig or something. And then these 2 dies come with it as well to create 3-dimensional poinsettias to stick over top of this stuff. So I had a thought about this for the album that we're kind of going with, right? So, we've already done these pages, but remember, we're going to put a waterfall. We're going to put a waterfall right here, right? So I was thinking that wouldn't it look really cool if, let me grab one of the waterfall pieces. Okay, so hear me out. So this is what one of our waterfall pieces would look like. And when we fold that in, so let's say we start the top one, like, I don't know, right here or something. How fun would it be to line up our insert so that one of our poinsettias could be on top of the closure? So whenever you would pull this down, the poinsettia would stay attached to this. But then once it touches this, it like becomes kind of a part of that again. I don't know. That's my thought. That's what we're gonna do, right? Okay. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not. But let me show you. We actually don't even need to have the book out for this. I just need the waterfall piece. So here's how we figure out kind of like what the matting's gonna be for the waterfall. And for this top one, we are going to, I'm going to use craft paper because I think kind of inking some of that stencil onto craft will look really cool. So here's what we do. So the workable space, usable space, whatever you want to call that here, is 6 inches by 4 by 6 is what these are. So we're not going to cut that to exactly 4 by 6. We're going to cut it a little smaller than that. So let me show you on the trimmer. Oh, I have to tell you about my class too. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have so many things to tell you. There. The mind is racing, right? The mind is racing. Okay, so we're gonna go to, I think for these, 3 3/4 might be a little too, I don't know. Yeah, we'll do 3 and, no, we'll do 3 7/8. Sorry, I had to really think that through first. We're gonna do 3 7/8 by 5 7/8 for this. All right. And here's why. You see, we have that little kind of border around the whole thing. I cut this crooked. Hold, please. It's this trimmer. I'm thinking about everything else, right? All right, so let's go to 5 7/8. There we go. Nice and straight. I might have started with a crooked piece of paper. That could be it. Yeah. So this is a very thin 1/8 inch border. Gina does love that border. She does. So it just really, it's just a tiny little, just a little nip of paper at the end there. And that's going to be what we, create our design on. Okay. So you can, here's the thing. I know there were some people that were probably asking, like, are these stencils numbered? Is there a certain way you're supposed to put them? Da, 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 da. In actuality, yes, there is a way that they, I guess, go together. It's going to take me a second. But moral of the story is you don't have to do it that way. So, like, I don't know if you can see it like I can here, but they can go, I think this was the intended way, but they can go any which way you want, really, right? So you can kind of position it on your project really however you want. There's no like, well, this is the right answer, this is the wrong answer. No, not at all. Right? Okay. So I'm just going to do this in 3 different steps. So I'm going to use 2 different shades of green. So let me grab those. So we're going to use the Later Gator. And the other one I'm looking for, is this one, Fake Plant. And then as far as the red, because I think I'm going to use the Bee Sting for the berries. We'll get some different blending brushes here. And we'll do all those things. Dion, hello. I haven't seen you in so long, I feel like. So that's what we're going to do right in that instance. But before I get too deep into this, I have to talk about my class. My exclusive Black Friday class, you guys. I'm so excited about it. Hold on, let me pull out my example sheet here. So this is basically the class kit that you're gonna get. Hold on, let me take my notes off of that. Nobody wants to see that. All right. I'll show you the album after I show you what's inside. Well, I'll show you that first. So this is the prototype of the album that I made. And these pieces are little miniature waterfalls that will go into it, but those don't go in until you put the paper on. But, so look how cool this is. So the base of this album is made out of 9x12 envelope, and there's the spine. And then you open it up, and you have craft pages that all have these really cool fold outs. So you get like a really nice feature page in the center. It's four whole pages that we're putting in here. But it's a really cool like flip and fold album that will have some waterfalls, and there'll be some interesting things going on there. And this is a live class live on Zoom, and the reason we're talking about this tonight is it's special for Black Friday because it's a very inexpensive class. It's $29.99. So if you go to our classes and events tab on the top of the website, it's the very first one. Yes, this is what I was doing with those clips. You are correct. But I made this in such a way so it's like totally different from anything else I've ever done in a class, because I like to, you know, switch it up. I want to do some different things. Nobody wants to do the same thing all the time, right? So that's the album portion that will be decorated with all this paper, but this is the cool part. So we teamed up with our friends at Simple Stories to come up with this collection pack of papers and embellishments, but this is not your typical collection pack where it's like all one collection. These are several different collections from Simple Stories that all kind of coordinate together, which is what I think makes this really cool. So the embellishments that we'll be getting are from the Simple Vintage Ancestry collection, which was, I think, one of their best collections of all time. They don't make that anymore. It's like totally done, but we were able to piece some stuff together. And then the Simple Vintage Ancestry also, they're all these little frames. So once we get through the paper, I'm going to explain the frames and show you. And then the sticker that we're using, this is another really interesting part. This is from their Simple Vintage Botanicals line. These are actually banner stickers, okay? So like you can use it on a 12x12, but we're gonna trim some of these pieces out and get really creative with the sticker. So that's the first part. And then let me show you the piece of paper that is gonna become the cover, and that will help explain the, here it is. This is also from the Ancestry line. It's this tree. I think this tree is super cool. So basically what's gonna happen is this, so your cover your album is also, it's 12 inches, right? So, and this is a 12x12 piece of paper. So this is going to get cut into 3 different pieces. So the tree will kind of like wrap all around, right? And then we're gonna take a bunch of these little frames, and some will go like directly on, some will be put up with like foam squares or something. So it will kind of look like frames all around this like family tree. Maybe not like a whole bunch, but you know, several. So that's my idea for this piece of paper. But so that is, we won't use the other side. And then here are the other papers that we'll be decorating with. So some of this, look at those florals, oh my gosh. Some of it is from the Ancestry collection, and some of it is from the Simple Vintage Cottage Fields collection, which was such a beautiful collection that came out earlier this year. I actually did teach a class with that. We did a flip book that was all the Cottage Fields, but we are now kind of mixing up the two, and then the stickers from the botanical, it all works together like these butterflies. I mean, come on. But then when we pull in the Ancestry papers, they, you know, really kind of bring it down. It's more like muted tones, neutral tones, but it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a fun little album. So the class is in January. So if you know someone who likes to make albums or anything, it's a really good gift. It happens live on Zoom, so we'll do it on Zoom. So I'll be able to see you. You'll be able to see me. If you have a question, you'll be able to just shout that right out. I can hear you. It's really fun. I love doing the classes on Zoom because we do get to have that interaction. But and look at this. It's like, it reminds me of, like, you know, just an old photo book that you find like your grandmother's house or something. But yeah, so you're not really gonna be able to get a paper pack like this anywhere else. These aren't sold this way anywhere, but we had this put together. And then again, that's the sticker sheet. So you'll get all of this. You'll get all those papers, the sticker sheet, the embellishments, and you'll get, you know, the parts to create the album too. So the craft paper, the 9x12 envelope, and then you'll also get that the live class on Zoom in January. It's on a Friday, January 7th, 7 p.m. So yeah, so definitely check that out. And like I said, it's a really good value. We wanted to do some type of like education doorbuster, I guess, would be the other thing. And then here's another little secret surprise. All of our previous classes that we've done, that we kind of have like a couple extra kits left, they are all on sale as of right now too. So when you check out the website and click on classes, all of the past ones, you can buy the kit, and then we'll email you the video from the live class. So definitely check out the new class. But if there's something that you see that looks like you'd like, definitely get into that too. So yeah, I love doing these classes. Donna participates in a lot of our classes, and she's right, they are a blast. We do have a really good time. So, and it's you know, it's a smaller group too. It's not like a ton of people. So if you know, have questions or things like that, you can get them answered pretty easily. You can just like say, hey Michael, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you repeat that? And we will. I will. So yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way, because if anyone was trying to, you know, get their little free gift tonight, you have a few minutes to spare. All right, so I'm just taping this craft paper down onto the desk so it doesn't move. Boy, wouldn't it be nice if you had a little mat that you could just stick this to? But yeah, so, and I'm just going to tape this down. So typically, you know, you could use pixie spray if you want, but I'm just going to use purple tape because I think that's going to work really well. And I'm just going to start kind of stenciling on our inks here. So I think I'm going to use the Later Gator. It's the lighter color on this part of the stencil. And I'm just going to really pop that in here. And I don't know if anyone else likes to put colorful ink on craft paper, but I love it. I just love the way that it looks. I think it gives kind of like a worn feel to the ink. So for instance, if you have some inks that you kind of really like the color, but you might say, oh, that's a little bright. If you pop it onto craft paper, it'll kind of mute that out a little bit. It'll dull it down. All right, so I think that's gonna look pretty good there. So let's peel off layer one. And again, this is a free gift today. So you get this whole little system totally free with a certain level of purchase. All right, so I think for our next little piece, it's gonna go like that. All right, need one more little piece of tape. Is the class on sale today only? No, Sharon, it will be on sale, you know, till the end of our Black Friday celebration, or if it sells out. So But yeah, so if you want to wait, you know, like 10 minutes to get to sign up for stuff and get the free gifts for tomorrow, by all means, go for it. But if it sells out, don't get upset. All right, so now I'm going in with the fake plant, and I'm gonna go in like darker on some of the pieces, and I'm gonna make it like darker than the other color, but on the other ones where we're layering over, I'm gonna brush it very lightly. So it's gonna kind of look like maybe we use 3 colors instead of just 2. That's my hopes here. So like these ones I'm gonna overlap. I'm just gonna take that ink that was left on the brush. And just lightly go over that. Might need a little more ink. Yeah, I'm glad everyone could make it tonight and have a little late night crafting sesh here. All right. So there is our green, our fake plant. And then, so we're going to use the, what did I say? The bee sting. So look at that. So I don't know if you guys can see it. Once I do the next part, I'll pull this up and show you closer. So it like looks as if there's 3 different colors on there, but it was really just 2. Alrighty. So next, we're going to pop these little berries in. And again, you can finagle these stencils however you please. Whatever floats your boat. I'm going to use my little Tailored Expressions Bitty blender because these are small, and I'm going to get right up in that bee sting and just go to town. You took a nap tonight. Oh, I should have took a nap, Michelle. I had so much to do. I mean, we have been just blazing away at Brutus Monroe, picking orders, packing orders. I can tell you that all of the orders from yesterday have been picked, and I would say about 80% of them have been packed and shipped. So if your order hasn't shipped yet, it's working its way through the queue of the packing. So we're really on top of things this year. Everyone at work is doing such a great job. So, you know, Heather and Christopher and Natalia and Tracy and Jess was helping. Jess will be, I think, be there tomorrow too. So we're going in on Saturday for you guys. We are going in on Saturday. So then tomorrow we'll be, you know, picking and pulling all of the orders from today. We are on it. All right, so there is our red, our bee sting. Oh, I love how that looks. I just love this stencil, you guys. I really do. All right, let me pick. I'm going to save my tape because we're going to do some die cutting with the poinsettia dies. So I'm just going to use the same tape for that. All right, so now I can put this closer and show you how the greens, it looks like 3 different shades. Yeah, I think it looks cool. So, and then just kind of around the outside, I just take just like I do with all my pages that I glue into the albums, I'm just going to distress around the edge with the black soot. It kind of just like adds to the look. But this is a good trick too, like if you're ever making something, like whether it be an album, a little folio, or, you know, a card, whatever, scrapbook page. If you need something that kind of goes with the paper that you're using or whatever, you can kind of sometimes create a little design with stencils. And if you don't have like a cut apart or something that you think fits well, you can just create your own, just like we're doing. All right, so there's that. It kind of just adds like a little definition. And so it's starting to shape up. It's going to look really nice on here. Now we could round the corners, but for this one, I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going to leave them squared, I guess. All right, so next up, we're gonna die cut. So I have some red paper, so I'm just gonna trim some of that off. Because I don't need like a real big piece. Bigger for this one. Perfect. Perfecto. All right. So I'm going to do, well, I guess I could have just cut them all from the same one. So I'm going to do 2. And then I'm also going to cut this out of this gold. This is our gilded Elegant Essentials paper. That's what this is. So I'm gonna cut one out of red and one out of gold. Of both pieces. Is anybody crafting today or shopping? Was this a big shopping day for you guys? I got some stuff online today. I didn't really go anywhere though. Did anybody do, look at these. Oh my gosh. These are so cute. A little bit of both. Oh, that's fun, Kathy. All right, so now we have, just like that, so easy. Two different options here. And I actually think I'm going to do one more out of the red. And here's why. Because I want to make these 3 layers. I've just decided this. I think I want to make it I think I want a 3rd layer. Why not? We're here, aren't we? Online only. You ordered from Brutus and Rowe. Good, Michelle. Michelle, I think I might have pulled your order today. I think I did. I don't remember. I pulled a lot of orders today, you guys. I did. I pulled a lot of orders today. Okay. So now we have 3. Once we had 2, now we have 3. And here's why. So I think I want to layer like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I think I'm going to layer them like that. Perfect. But before we do that, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to take a piece of little tape here. And I'm going to grab some white. Some white alabaster ink. And I'm going to bring the stencil back. And I'm just going to blend in a little dot right on that center part. See that? Perfect. So I might want to just heat set that real quick. Okay, great. I'll wipe my stencil off. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so I'm going to grab, let's see, I have these little different sizes of foam squares here. Oh, yes, Henry is very aggressively playing. You are correct. He, I have this new cabinet that I just built. I'm in the process of kind of rearranging my whole setup here. So, the door is, there's one of the doors I don't have attached to it yet. So he keeps, and there's nothing inside it yet. It's like, so the camera is like here, but it's like in front of me. But there's nothing in it yet. And he keeps going inside it. I don't know. He's a wild man today. All right, so I put a foam square on the back of this gold, the smaller gold piece, and then I'm adhering that in the center of this red piece, okay? And then on this one, I have the larger red and the larger gold, and I put a foam square there. And I'm gonna adhere that like this. And then we have our 2 other pieces, which will end up going on top of these. Whoops, the daisy. like that. But I'm just gonna just lightly roll these points upward. You can use like a foam pad and a flower tool, a scoring tool, but I'm not gonna get all that stuff out. I'm just gonna do it with my finger. Because that will just add a little bit of dimension. Because since I am putting this like inside of an album, I don't want to add like a whole another foam square. And then the other thing I'm going to do before I kind of put all this together is take out my favorite thing in the world, my Lawn Fawn glitter pen. And I'm just going to go around the edges of the middle piece and then maybe some little lines in the center of the petals. So just add a little more fun. And then for this one, I will do that a little bit on the innermost layer. And then I'll do a little bit on these little guys too. Yes, this pen is sold out. So we have more coming. I actually called Lawn Fawn the other day, emergency order. They're gonna have a new release coming very soon. So we will definitely have them by the time the Lawn Fawn release happens. So never fear. We ordered a lot of them. There are always plenty. And again, people have told me that I am like single-handedly keeping the glitter pen alive. And I would tell you what, I vow to continue to do that. All right, so then I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on the back of the poinsettia, our innermost part, for both of them. All right, and now we have two really pretty poinsettias. It's so cute, right? All right, so I need to grab a magnet. Hopefully I have one in here. Darn, I don't know if I do. Well, here's the deal. We'll do it this way. Let me go to that page where the waterfall piece is. All right, here's what we'll do. I'm going to put this page into the book. So in order to do that, I have to cut it. then I can lay down our first waterfall piece so we can make sure that this all lines up correctly. Also, guys, it's after midnight, so the free gifts should have changed. Perfect. So we'll just glue this down. Awesome sauce. And then we will kind of position in where we want the first part of our waterfall to go. So I think here looks like a good place. And what I'm going to do is just hold this down, pull the flap out, put my glue on it, and then tuck it back in and press. All right. So I'm going to let that dry for just 1 second. Now I'm going to run and grab a magnet. I know where there's one. It's going to take about 30 seconds. Talk about yourselves for 30 seconds. Okay. That might have even been less than 30 seconds. But it's so important. I have to put the magnet in now because if I don't, it's just going to mess everything. It's going to mess me all the way up. All right, so I have 2 magnets together here. And I'm just going to peel this backing off. Maybe I just cut my fingernails today, so it's really hard. There we go. Looks like a good place to me. So now it's pressed to the back, and then I'll peel the backing again on the other side, and then press it to here. And by George, we have a connection. So now, technically, this can get glued down. And now, typically, I would have adhered all the other waterfall pieces first, you know, before I started doing this, but I just want to really kind of get through this tonight so we can see like a nice finished result here. Oh, I love it. Okay, and I am going to put on the backing piece to just this one before I glue the poinsettia on, because I don't want to have to mash it all up. So again, this is just going to be the same size, just that like 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. And that's just going to be the lining underneath the waterfall. So that's just going to go here. Great. And then that would happen for like all of the waterfalls that we will eventually, you know, put in there. But so that's how that's going to kind of close up. And remember when I said to save the little strips? So this is why. I just put a little kind of tick mark there so I know where to cut it. But what this little piece does is just adds like some extra flavor. Beverly, I believe that is coming out next week. I know that they are in the process of being printed, so it should be very soon. I don't have much to do with that project, but I do know that they're in the process of being printed. So I think we were waiting until we physically had them in hand to release them. But there is, I will tell everyone though, certain printed materials, like certain types of papers right now are hard to get. Like I know like what the type of paper that they print magazines on is difficult to get right now. So certain things are more delayed than others, which is strange, but you know, I guess that's the world, the new world we live in. Okay, so those little strips that we were cutting off the paper, you see it kind of just adds like a little extra embellishment there. Isn't that fun? So I wanted to pop one of those on. Okay, there's one more thing we have to do before we put our poinsettia kind of closure and the other piece on. And that is, we have to have a covering for this. So I'm thinking we will utilize one of our border strips, maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking the candy canes. So this is 1.5 inches. So we're gonna do like 1 3/8 by 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. But in order to do that, we first have to trim here. Oh, if it's, they can fix that, Beverly. Okay, so that's pretty good. 1 3/8 by, what did I say, 5 3/8. Oh, that'll work great. Oh, good night, Shannon. Thanks for popping by. So this is just going to be on the front side. And we'll just glue that on. And then I think on the back side of that, of our closure, I'm just going to do the red, or actually, should I do the gold? No. Yeah, we'll do the red. Perfect. Then we should be done with our cutting here. And this way, all of our magnets will be covered. Right. So then that's just going to get glued to the underside. I know it's going to go to the frame. Let me lift this up. So that's going to get glued here. So I'll just pop that on. All right, while that's drying, I will do one more. I might as well cut the page for the opposite side, right? Right. glue that on because I think it's good to get as much in as possible each time. Yeah, they'll be able to fix that for you guys. I don't know. It could be coming out sooner than that. I could be wrong because it's, I don't know. It's still November, I guess, until Tuesday, so we'll see. Either way, if somebody needs to use that in December for their new calendar, they'll be able to fix that for you. I do know that much. All right. Cute. Okay, so that part of that page is done. So that's actually nice to get that in there. Yeah. Okay, so now this should be nice and dry, but we have our whole closure section covered, and that's nice and lined. And there will be more, you know, waterfall pieces coming down that will go in there, but for now, I just want to, yeah, I think that's perfect. So if I just put this poinsettia, it doesn't even have to be completely centered on this. It can be off, which is what I think I'm going to do. And then the other one will just go up kind of like that, I think. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to glue the first one directly to the waterfall piece. And make sure that that won't interrupt the opening, and it doesn't. Good. That's the first good sign. And then the second one, I'm going to glue a little off to the side. I don't think I needed that much glue on there, but let me press and make sure I wipe off this excess glue before I get everything all gluey. But, oh, there's some on the front too. Whoopsies. All right. But that is our little poinsettia kind of closure piece here. Isn't that so fun? I think that's so fun. Yeah, I love it. Let me hold it a little closer. And it's like just the right amount of red. And just imagine too, there's going to be like 5 more down. So this won't look just so like empty underneath. But when you pull that out, it kind of disappears, but then it comes back. I think that's so fun. And then the one stays attached. So that's like a really easy way to kind of dress dress up your album. And you know, turn to that page, you're like, oh wow, look at those pretty poinsettias. What might actually be really cute is to put one over here too. So once, you know, we put some whatever paper on this pocket, if we could add like another poinsettia, even if we just did like the two smaller pieces layered together, that would be a nice way to kind of complement that. Yeah, so that is another page, another section in our album using more of the free gifts. And I don't know if you guys have kind of caught on to my whole idea with this easy album. I want to use as many of the free gifts in the projects as possible. So, and like I said, probably for the cover is where we're going to have our little village collection kind of spread out. So I'm not going to do it tonight because I'm going to let everyone go. It's pretty late. But I'm going to do the same thing with this one from well, I guess now it's Saturday. But it's just the marshmallow puff embossing powder that I used on the lunch bag cardstock. So by the time Sunday comes, we'll have 4 matching little houses that will go with our cover pieces. But yeah, so this is today's fun stencil project with the free gift. And then I showed you guys my class. So the Simple Stories exclusive class, it's really great value right now. Definitely check that out. Check out anything you want, anything maybe you've had your eye on, it's probably on sale. And like I said, there's all these fun free gifts. That's the best part about Black Friday is the gifts. So the new exclusive items. So I'm going to let everyone go. And I'm going to try to get some rest tonight so I can be back at it bright and early, picking and packing orders. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being so loyal to us. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And I mean that. I truly do. From everyone at Brutus Monroe, we really, really do actually appreciate everyone. So I will let everyone go. Get some rest. Have a good night. Do something crafty this weekend. What kind of holiday crafts are you going to do? I can't wait to see them. So we will continue on with this on the next one. I don't know that I'll be live tomorrow. I do have a wedding to go to tomorrow evening. But we will see. If not, we'll kind of maybe we'll double it up on Sunday. But good night, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, and we will see you very soon. Bye now.